New Year's Day on BBC One, Sally Wainwright's gritty northern cop thriller Happy Valley returns for one final season, with the original leads back as things become even more complicated than ever to keep her grown-up grandson away from her monster of a father played by James.
You're not going to like it.
Tommy Lee Royce.
How do?
He's not. Biologically, he is. He's a narcissist. He's a psychopath.
Do you know anything about this murder?
I've heard things.
I get it's complicated, but it's my dad.
You want some?
No.
What have you taken?
Nothing!
Expect great things from this dark and uncompromising British thriller.
Who's banging on the door?
John Stonehouse.
Oh, yes, Stonehouse.
Hello.
The first rung on the ladder.
Over on ITV and BritBox, the next day, Succession star Matthew McFadden stars as the real-life disgraced politician John Stonehouse alongside real-life wife Keeley Hawes. And on the 5th of January, Nicholas Winding Refn returns to unfiltered streaming life with his ambitious but maybe a bit pretentious Copenhagen Cab.
Biggest prize you could imagine. Adolf Hitler.
One more run, and everything that we have done will have been worth it.
Amazon's The Hunters is a weird beast. It arrived just about early enough in January 2020 to survive the first wave of the pandemic, but then got swept up in it thereafter, to the extent that people forgot it even existed. But we're finally getting a second and final season coming January the 13th for this period black comedy about Nazi hunters.
If you don't think there's hope for the world, why bother going on?
We haven't seen the world, so you don't know.
And coming on the 15th of January from HBO Max, one of the most promising and much hyped shows of the year, The Last of Us.
I didn't turn into a monster.
If she so much as twitches,
Adapted from the popular post-apocalyptic video game series, The Last of Us features Pedro Pascal as a wounded veteran who's tasked with escorting a young girl played by Bella Ramsey across the border and the United States successfully. This has a great trailer and is much anticipated by casuals and fans alike. The 17th of January brings back another famous US sitcom from the 1980s/90s, and that is Night Court. I never saw the original show, but when I hear Night Court mentioned, I can't help but think of this.
Night Court reunion. Funny how I wasn't invited. Or had you forgotten about my 3-episode arc as public defender Sparky Monroe?
No, we remember, Jenna. You were the werewolf lawyer.
I can prove my client is innocent, if only it weren't a full...
You made us jump the shark. You're the reason we didn't have a 10th season.
I had just bought my second home when they brought that idiot werewolf lawyer in.
That idiot werewolf paid for my hand reduction surgery, okay? Kenneth.
What would you say your greatest weakness is?
Crippling insecurity, selfish and lazy. I lack ambition, argumentative, jealous. I only wash my hands after someone else in the bathroom.
The 25th of January brings this quirky-looking comedy drama where Mira Tylers plays regular girl Jen, who must contend with a world where everyone around her has extraordinary powers, even her cat. take a look.
Stop! Are we just going to ignore the fact she broke the fridge, or? Oh, Christ, that's very high.
I want a power. I want one so badly.
It could go either way. I hope they tone down the quirk, but the trailer looks promising enough and the lead looks decent. Expect at least a pilot review from me. Coming to Paramount Plus on the 16th of February is the third and final season of Star Trek Picard, where amongst other things we can expect a Deep Space Nine reunion and probably the whole Next Gen crew involved somehow. So far this show has been a mixed bag for me. Season 1 I enjoyed, bar those terrible villains. Season 2 was a bit more of a car crash by the end of it, but let's see what they can do in the final season. We can also expect the return of the brilliant Pike spin-off Strange New World for Season 2 and Season 5 of the more inconsistent Star Trek Discovery. Late February brings yet another sitcom revival, this time Party Down to Stars. I know it starred Adam Scott, a bunch of other people, and also Dick from Veronica Mars, but I don't know anything else about it. Let me know, US fans, in the comments what it's like. Also, where the hell is that Frasier reboot? That should be coming this year too. Also in late February, one of the promising, more arty picks of the year, and that is Liaisons, Apple TV Plus's first ever co-production internationally, French and English. It's got two impressive leads in Vincent Cassel and Eva Green, and the plot promises all things including espionage, political intrigue and passionate love. It also stars Philippa Leroy Brinley from Emily in Paris. It comes February 24th, Apple TV Plus. Coming March the 3rd to Amazon, this miniseries Daisy Jones and the Six from the book of the same title. Riley Keown leads the tale of this rise of a 1970s LA rock band to legendary status to their eventual split. The author was said to have been influenced by her years growing up watching Fleetwood Mac. Sam Catfleet also stars. Looks promising. Expected somewhere in the spring also, the long-awaited return of this HBO juggernaut, this epic satire with plenty of meat to it. Maybe now Better Call Saul is off the air, it may be the best show going. That is the return of Succession.
They are the Rebel Alliance. New Gen Royce. We have a song to sing. Do you want to talk about what happened?
Yeah, season 4 of the impressive ensemble satire drama is on the way. Who can't wait to see what the Roy family are up to this time and all the frictions and tensions back and forth. And I can say, for the very first time on the channel, I will be covering the new season of Succession. Really looking forward to it, and really looking forward to the return of this. March 26th for the return of Yellow Jackets, the Showtime hit for Season 2, as Lauren Ambrose of 6 Feet Under joins the cast as the writers continue to unpack what went on in the woods all those years ago in this starkly funny thriller, and I will also be reviewing this on the channel. Looking forward to it.
Oh, so cute, so revival, so alone. Birthday suit, just a smile. Same as you. Same as you.
Later on in the year, this BBC drama Best Interest stars Michael Sheen and Woman of the Hour Sharon Honegan as parents to a terminally ill girl who must make that very difficult decision. Do they end her suffering? Bridgerton fans are in for a treat as Shonda Rhimes pens this prequel series to the original. It's on Netflix again. It's Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story, coming later in the year.
I had another dream.
Tell me what happened.
The cast return once more for this Ronald D. Moore period epic, now on to season 7, oh shit. Time with further insight into Fraser's Ridge Farm. Outlander returns summer 2023 on Starz.
I dream of the past. Why would I not dream of the future?
A newer show to look out for is Paramount Plus's The Burning Girls, based on the novel. It stars Samantha Morton as Reverend Jack Brooks, reeling from the death of her husband, which she feels responsible for. She and her daughter attempt to start a brand new life in a village, but dark secrets soon come to the surface. 2023 also brings yet another version of Great Expectations from the BBC, this time from Peaky Blinders creator Stephen Knight. No doubt Olivia Colman will have a whale of a time as Miss Havisham. Expect this latest Dickens adaptation around about festive season. Another big hitter returning in 2023 around about the summertime is the 6th and final season of high-class soap opera, royal soap opera that is, The Crown, and expect them to cover certain events in the summer of 97, which no doubt will have some media in a frenzy. Coming later in the year from Apple TV Plus, action thriller Hijack starring Idris Elba as a smart-talking businessman forced to save the lives of passengers on the hijacked plane. The Good Wife's Archie Panjabi also stars as a counter-terrorism officer. Good casting, and with a bit of luck this will be an edge-of-your-seat thrill ride. Later in the year, Sky Television brings Dreamland to our screens. It's an adaptation of a Sharon Honegan script, and it features the TV acting debut from singer Lily Allen. It co-stars Doctor Who star Freeman Adjaman. Plot details are sketchy, but it is said to be exploring female relationships and family dynamics on the small coastal town of Margate. With it being a Sky production, it's really hard to get a gauge of tone, but Hannigan does have major cred and decent casting too. That's Dreamland coming later in the year to Sky Television.
Sometimes I think there's something missing. Like I had something lovely, and it's gone.
Coming at the end of the year, David Tennant returns to the role that made him most famous, that of Doctor on Doctor Who, as he will be the 14th Doctor, who will then regenerate into sex education star Nicola Castrol, as Catherine Tate also returns as the Doctor's assistant Donna, and the company also features original writer Russell T Davies. The show marks the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, so big celebrations promised. American Rust, starring Jeff Daniels and Murray Turney, was originally cancelled after the first season at Showtime, but it's got a rebirth for a second and final season at Amazon/Fruity. The original series got very mixed reviews. Let's see what they can produce for season 2. Speaking of Showtime, they're going to cash in one more time on Bryan Cranston's star power as he returns in the stylish thriller Your Honor, which frankly I reviewed on the channel season 1. It felt like a limited season. It felt like they dragged it out far enough, but they're going for one more go around. Season 2 coming later in the year. I'm not sure I'll bother based on how bad season 1 was, but season 2's coming.
Going on here?
Okay, no promises on this one because the teaser trailer does promise 2024 for the 5th and final season of the epic Stranger Things, but we can always dream. Who knows, we may get it late 23. And speaking of that, how about David Lynch's Wisteria? Yeah, how about it? What is it? Does it even exist? Did it ever exist? Originally it was supposed to be a series at Netflix which was supposed to have some sort of tie into the Twin Peaks universe. That buzz has all gone dead. Then it was rumoured to be a brand new film of his that was supposed to premiere last year at Cannes. That didn't happen either. But there are still murmurs of it. He did sign up a couple of cast members at one point. And there's still rumours that it will happen in some form, so keep your fingers crossed. Maybe sometime in 2023 we'll see one last go around for David Lynch. Whatever it's going to be worth seeing. So let's just hope 2023 produces more David Lynch. There's also another season of Mike Flanagan's The Midnight Club on the way. I don't know if it will be this year or maybe next year, but it was initially cancelled after season 1 by Netflix to the annoyance of Flanagan, but it's been picked up by streaming rival Amazon Prime. So in the near future, they will be showing series 2 of Midnight Club. But in a bizarre sort of twist, he does have another show in the works at Netflix, and that will come out this year. That's right. His version of Edgar Allan Poe's The Fall of the House of Usher will be streaming on Netflix later in the year. I'm guessing you can maybe expect it October sort of time. That feels about right for a Flanagan show. It features many Flanagan regulars, and it also features Mark Hamill, so who can complain? Definitely The Fall of the House of Usher, one of the most anticipated shows of the coming year, and I will be covering it when it hits later in the year.
I looked out this window and I saw your bike.
But you didn't see my face, did you?
I heard your voice, I found your necklace, and I saw your bike.
Cruel Summer was one of the surprises of 2021. Season on the way. Season 2 has been completed, so it's in the works. Hopefully it'll come later in 2023 at Freeview Amazon if you're in Europe. This really sharp, entertaining, engaging teen comedy with a lot of sharp humour and great observations. A fantastic cast, they felt so natural. I was pretty big on the first season, so it's one of the things I'm looking forward to most returning, although a lot of intrigue over what they can possibly do for season 2 since it was pretty neatly tied up at the end of season 1. But the cast are returning. Thanks for listening, guys. Let me know what you are most looking forward to on TV in 2023. I'll see you in the next video where I'll be looking at forthcoming movies for the coming year. Like and subscribe as always. Share me out on social media, and I'll see you guys again soon.